Hey, what's up? It is DJ. Today we got more mods to look at for Farm Sim 22. A total of 21 mods were released today super early. All platforms got 15 new, of which 3 are new maps. We also have 3 updates. The PC and Mac players have 1 new and 2 updates. And if you like staying updated with all the latest mods, Farm Sim, get subscribed and let's go. Starting off with new ones for all platforms, we have the John Deere Round Fender, the 110. So we have 110 and a 112 engine. The 10 has 8 horsepower and the 12 has 12 horsepower. Explain that one. We also have wheel setups from standard to clouds. We also have wide tires and back to standard again. Pins on the rear hitch, we do have them, but it does absolutely nothing in the game. And then attachments, we can throw a 3-point on there if you want to. As far as everything else, goes 11 miles an hour, and it will work at 9 miles an hour. Weighs about half a ton. Then we have the mower deck itself with no customization options. Pretty easy to run these guys together. Woo! It sounds pretty good. Hey, I'll give it that much. It is a very, very little guy, but I guess it would be. It is a small mower. Just grab it, drive over, yay, and attach. And you're good to go. From there, all you got to do is lower down the deck, which comes lowered automatically, and then you can just turn it on and you're good to go. And yes, it will kick all the grass out to the side. So that is very cool. Also, now that I'm looking at this, so the 11 mile per hour right here, yeah, that does nothing. It is only 9 miles an hour, no matter what you do. Next up, we have the Capello Helianthus 5700. This will do sunflowers, 5.7 meter work with at 9 miles an hour. A little bit faster, which is nice. We've got the logo on the very front, and then main colors for all. So no matter what you're working with, even a John Deere, good to go. Next up, got a couple seeders for you. These are the Dolbi DX 2142, or at least... yes, this one is the 2142. This is also the 2142, but it's smaller. Let's talk about it. So of the two, let's start with the larger version. This is a 10.5 meter work width, 230 horsepower required, which ain't too bad. Seeder, it's a direct drill as well, 6,448 liters. That's going to be seed and solid fertilizer. And then we have a smaller version for 4,300 liters of seed and solid fertilizer, 180 horsepower, 7.5 meter work width. Very respectable considering that it's a big boy. It weighs 7.5 tons, and the other one weighs, was that 12.5 tons? It's a big boy. Now, I will admit, I don't know hardly anything about this brand in real life, but in the game, I will tell you this much. Looks good. Everything works, which is great. A lot of moving parts, which is very, very not easy to do. Smaller versions like this as well, so it's not just the large version. Let's bring it around here, put it here. I'm using a just base game Fendt 724, so big engine there. Let's show you a few things with this first. So we're gonna open the cover. There you go. All the way down. Great animation with there. Absolutely wonderful little setup there. So we'll go ahead and close those back. Now let's unfold. The wheels lower and then turn. So we can detach, there we go, bring it around towards the front here, hook up, and we can raise this. Now, you may be able to see at the top left, maybe not, there is no button to move this. However, it is left bumper or L1, and then right stick left and right. If you go towards the right, it's gonna bring it up. If you go down, it's gonna bring it down. Kind of makes sense there. I had to figure this out because they did a full video showcase and everything with this, and I had to figure that out. Yeah, gotta love it. Anyway, it does works great. You can hold a bunch of seed, a bunch of fertilizer. They're almost 1-to-1. So big thank you there. You should be good. And yeah, I mean, it really doesn't require that much horsepower. I am extremely shocked. Not only that, you can turn around on yourself because it's got wheels everywhere. Should be able to rock and roll with this thing pretty quick. Also, big shout out to those row lines. Looks good. Next up, got a cultivator, the KPP8. No customization options on this guy. It is 130 horsepower, 8 meters, at 9 miles per hour. Next, we have Sheep Shed from Namog Mod. So these will raise 47 head of sheepy boys. We've got your water, we've got your food. Down towards the center, we can buzz the sheep, 47 again. And then we have 2 different models. So we have one with vertical slats and one with horizontal slats. Next is the wooden honey shed. So this is for honey. And unfortunately, you can only have one of these at a time. Why is my dude in the way? Get out of the way, bro. We can sell that, jump into your animals, and there's another one here as well, bigger one. So you can do either 4 pallets or 6 pallets. However, just do a daily reminder that you can also choose one that's got 32 pallets with the more honey pallet place options mod. Just say. Next up, we have the Siloking StaticLine pack. So there's 3 of these. We have between 30,000, I believe, 1 million and 10 million liter in capacity. Little bit high, but I dig it. These are available in 3 versions. We have the regular feed mixer right here, which will do your TMR. Then we have a TMR version, which comes full, by the way. And then we have a pig food version, which also comes full. However, you cannot buy a pig food version without anything in it. So you have to go for the 30,000, 1 million, or 10 million liter capacity versions. Now, this is fine with me, but there's a lot of people that may want to use this and don't want to deal with having extra pig feed, especially since it's the same price. If you're playing realistic, you are not going to be using this. Let's talk about it, because obviously there's some stuff going on here that you're a little confused about because there were no containers in this mod pack. So what we get in here is a trailer. So this looks like one of our header trailers, or N20T, which we've had in the base game. And then we get a container, which is actually just the feed mixer in disguise. So in order to transport this guy, because it's not a placeable, oh no, couldn't do it that way. No, this is a mod. It's neat. It turns into a placeable once it's down. Actually, I don't know if it could be moved or not. We'll have to figure that out. But we unfold our trailer and we bring it around and we can move this thing about. Now, if you're buying the trailer and the container both at the same time, you'll want to know that the back of the trailer is where the spout goes. And from where the spout is to the left of that is where the logo is. So depending on where you want your logo or where you want the spout, you definitely need to pay attention to those things, because it doesn't tell you that. And physically, you just can't see anything, which is slightly irritating. You know what? I want to know something. Let's see. We can't, but we can jump into, oh. Haha. Broke it. Hey. Nice. That sucked. Well, at least it'll pop back on. So, take it, spin around, don't do what I did, even though it is doable. Hopefully that gets fixed in a future update. Unload it, and simply drive away and forget that anything ever happened. Come back over here, enter it, and you are good. Now, there is nothing in there at all. However, it's saying that we have 10 million liters. So there's that. Now it's time we get to find out what's inside of here, because visually there is nothing, but in the store visually there is something. So what is it? This trailer holds 260. It unloads them automatically. Well, let's go to none again, and it just simply unloads. I'm trying to empty out the silo. It just keeps filling it. Oh, it's 10 million liters. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have a hard time unloading that thing, aren't I? Let's see. Come over to it. All right, it is unloading. So, yeah, it kind of just a cheap way to get 10 million liters of TMR, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. Next is our liquid fertilizer and herbicide station. So the models are based off of a Giants model, and they have added these little guys, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, right at the very bottom. 2 different models found in containers where they should be. It's also manure system ready if you guys are on PC. However, I'm not showcasing that today. Next, we have the Farm Pack LPS. Now, these are some pretty cool sheds. We have quite a few models in here, as you can see. Different versions of the shed itself with different openings and things like that, and even a little smaller version. And we've got some massive, and I really mean massive, areas for our cows, which is a little bit weird because it only holds 100. Also, for some reason, this is a collision. So I don't know if it was a testing error or if it was a something. But yeah, there's a wall there when the door's closed. Hang on, can I redo this? I turned on a light for some reason. Can I shut this door again? How do I shut this door again? Can you just not? Okay, there we go. But yeah, there's a... Boom. Now there's no collision here. What the heck? Anyway, I'm having troubles. I'm finding little things like that. The floor, though it looks fine, it feels like I'm going to fall through it. There's no texture at all. There's also no collisions on the front here. So there's that. There's no collisions on any of this, which is really throwing me off real bad. And then we have a smaller version here as well for 80 cows. Again, no texture on the floor, which freaks me out. I have seen things fail for a lot less than no textures. I'm cool with it. Just as a player, it freaks me out a little bit. Also, there is one thing that you should know, because it's not going to be what you normally expect. See this? See the shed? It tilts around a singular corner, not the middle of the building. So it just doesn't feel done. I don't know. They're beautiful. They look great on the outside. The floors freak me out. Next is a Polish wooden shed, the 42nd one, if I'm counting correctly. Looks good. I don't know what to tell you. There's not a whole lot to it, but yeah, it looks good. Next up, the modern yellow farmhouse, which somehow still looks 100 years old. I'm so snarky this morning. I'm so sorry. This is $65,000. You can't go inside. All you can do is sleep. I hate to say there's much better options, but hey, if this is what you're looking for, it's here. You can download it now. And lastly, with the Swedish road sign pack. So we've got quite a few of these, and they're actually in the store, not a purchasable item, because you can change them up, and there's a bunch of them. So you're able to modify them and do what you want and this and that. Here we go. We've got a big sign for a road or bikes, stuff like that. Yeah, there you go. And then you can use a pallet fork or something like that to pick it up. I cannot pick it up with your hands, which is a little bit frustrating, but is what it is. And it's also owned by a farm, so it is yours. Guess it would be, wouldn't it? So just in case for whatever reason you come in here trying to delete it, you're not going to be able to. You have to actually go into owned items and delete it that way. That's not all. We do have a couple maps for you as well. Unfortunately, the first one's got 16 required mods. Before I even said the map name, Klein Friesland. This is a first-time modder and it's based around their hometown. Nothing bad about that. Just saying, we don't like required mods. Heads up. I don't know how people don't keep getting that. Anyway, here is your map itself. Here's the areas down below. We are able to buy what I would consider to be the outside of the map for $0. So thumbs up there. As far as your fields go, we get 4 fields to start off with, which is pretty good, all things considered. Especially since we have 16 required mods. We have more mods than we do farmlands in here. Goodness gracious. As far as your owned items, you got a T6, you got a medium tractor. Can you tell I'm unhappy about the required mods? All kinds of stuff through here. We also have some Schouten stuff, which is very cool. Some mowers, tedder, windrow, forge wagon, balers, etc., etc. So plenty of stuff for doing animals and especially for doing silage to start off with. You do not have a seeder. You do not have a combine harvester. Nothing like that. But you do have a wheat field that is ready for harvest. So heads up there. Here's your growth calendar. And as you can tell, there are a few things missing. And as always, here are your required mods, basically keeping Dutch modding in business. Next up, we have Homestead Economy. Now, this is not a first-time map. Fox Farms was the other map that this creator did. This is kind of based off of where they live. Is again Hungarian. There is also a full outside edge of the map. The entire thing can be purchased. It is one field and there's nothing out there. It's a little hilly in some spots, so you can change that up if you want to. As far as everything else goes, highly detailed, to give them that much. No required mods, so it can be done. And we get a decent starting setup for equipment. This is just small farming, enjoying it, taking it easy, chilling out. This is like a retirement map, I think, more of anything else. Let's take a look at it for itself. So we zoom out. There's the area that we could buy. That's a full 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer or 1x map. And we zoom on the way in and we can see what we get. We have 5 starting farmlands, including a little little bit wooded area right there. Then we have our main farm on 55. 35 is going to be an oat field, and then we get wheat fields up here at the top. One is already harvested, and one is ready to be harvested. You can purchase everything else separately. Prices aren't too bad, but you're not getting a lot either, so there is that. Couple things to note. We do have alfalfa on here. However, they have removed what looks to be sugarcane and cotton. Of course, alfalfa and alfalfa hay can be made into bales, and if we jump in and take a look at what we get in new farmer mode, we get that Fendt favorite 511. We also have the Raw Smash Nova. We got a tipper, combine harvester header. We got a cultivator, seeder, and a weight. Plenty to do what you need to do on this map. It's not made for big equipment. And we close out the new mods for all platforms with another new modder, Junges Farm, Junges. I'm sure I messed that up. I apologize. This is from the modder Pot Cake. Very cool, very cool. Inspired by a real farm located in Brazil, close to the northeast region. This is kind of neat. So they say that it's largely a logging map. As you can see, there's a lot of other stuff here as well. So really just enjoy yourself and have some fun. It is Brazilian, so we're going to be getting that bright red dirt, which is quite fertile. And prices are quite expensive as well. You can buy every single logging area in the map. I think this was a bad idea. I should have chopped these up a little bit. It's either logging or not. Actually, it can be done. They've done it there and there. But all of this right here, $6.9 million. Nice, but very expensive. We've also got other things, well, like $824,000 there, 230 some, 240 of here, 232, 82 grand for that. Not bad. Just seems like prices are not only all over the place, they're a little bit high for this. Just heads up there. One thing I will give, because it's a flat map, it feels much larger than it actually is. So there's that too. At first I was like, is this a 4X? Like, I'm running the normal speed that I would fly across the map, and it feels like it's taking forever. Because it's a Brazilian map, they have not removed sugarcane or cotton, which is very nice. Here's your growth calendar, which has been heavily modified. 2 thumbs up. And they've even added black bean to the map, which is very, very cool. Now, finally, let's take a look at on items. We have a Fendt 724. We also have a New Holland CH770. Brand new power tip. We've got a header, cultivator. We have a planter, okay, and fertilizer spreader. That's what you get. Jumping over to our updates for all platforms. First one is 4 fields from Almanzana version 101. The garage at the sheep farm can now be sold. Helpers no longer take mysterious detours. Farm silos no longer accept product pallets. And attention, remove any products in the silo before updating. And at the farmer's market, you can now also sell rye flour, spelt flour, mixed bread, spelt bread, bread rolls, baguettes, and muffins. Quick update for the Elm Rochester from AE Mapping version 115. No new save game is required for this. Water appearance error in 3 fields where water was added has been fixed. Water level has been lowered. Square arrangement was made in the field designated for paddy. Fixed errors appearing in the city and removed some field objects. And your last update for all platforms, package of large silo version 1.1. Added modular silos including base silos of 4 variants, base silos with shelter in 4 variants, and 2 capacity extension silos in 4 variants. Those are going to be new, dirty, old, and rusty. And your only mod today for PC and Mac players, new one anyway, is the BeTEC Silo Pack from WolfX Modding. Hate that this didn't come to all platforms, but is what it is. So we have the Trex version, which is going to be green and green, and then we also have green and green. What is that changing? We have a 2.5 meter work with that one on the silo compactor. You also have a leveler here as well, which will hold different levels of stuff. Yeah, I guess you could fill this thing with straw if you really wanted to, but fill this thing up with water. It'll get heavier. You'll be fine. Trust me. Lastly, today, let's talk about updates for PC and Mac players. First one is the Castel BCA cereal mill version 1.1. PTO correction. And your only other update, More Motor Sounds version 1001, fixed log error for 1990 4-cylinder sound. And that is it. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like on it if you did. Get subscribed if you're new and join the DjGoHam fam. I hope you have an awesome, awesome Wednesday. We're going. We'll see you later.